So the bet, obviously the bet paid off. What was the what was that NBA process like? What was going through the camps and playing against
It was
guys that you
crazy,
watched?
man.
Yeah,
It was crazy because I actually like had a little. Initially, I signed with Mark Bartelstein in Priority Sports, one of the
yeah,
biggest agencies in Chicago.
yeah.
So, we had workouts, and I'm going to. I worked out for Philly. I worked out for Denver. I worked out for Phoenix, and I worked out for Cleveland. And I'm going up against Jamal Crawford, Mike Miller in these workouts. Q was in one of the workouts. Keon Doolin was so tough from Missouri, played for the
Mm,
Clippers.
yeah.
So I'm going against like all lottery caliber guards. And I was killing. They couldn't stop me from getting to the basket. Like, so I felt like, man, like, as long as I keep working and develop, like, none of them were strong enough for me. None of them. Everybody had their different strength. Like, Q had developed into a shooter. Q just all of a sudden went from undersized post player to a 3-point shooter with a big
Right,
body like a
right,
guard.
right.
So, you had to like try to change your game and work. So, once I got in those workouts and those pro workouts, which was crazy, you working out for 2-3 hours, constantly running, you playing 3-on-3 full court. Like I wasn't ready for none of that, bro. None of that. And the workouts just gave me confidence. Like it was just all about knowing that you can belong and knowing that you're not out of place. And I fit with whoever get on the court. And that was just the beginning of like, I never was scary anyway. So once I saw that, I was even able to compete, my mentality and my heart just wouldn't let me not go down. And I just came out being aggressive, trying to score, and ended up signing a 2-year deal with Phoenix in 2000.
Now it's one of the things that I feel like I encounter most when I talk to ex players from the league. Man, they always have something to say about the politics of it. Whether it be D Rose or Gilbert Arenas. I feel like the politics of it is a side that rubs the realists of hoopers in the league the wrong way. Now, in your 2 year stint, what was it like? You know what I mean? Was it what you dreamed of, or was it something that you was like, what, I can do without this? Which did it make you more susceptible to playing outside of the country?
Nah, definitely. It was actually the opposite way. It was everything I dreamed of and then more, right? Like it got a political aspect to it as well because it's a billion-dollar industry. So, it's governed by a body and it got billionaire owners and it's a lot of people that run the NBA machine. But at the same time, it's nothing like I came from instant noodles and food stamps. Like it's
Yes,
nothing
sir.
like riding on the back of luxury Lear jets and fully stocked with food and
Yes, sir.
all the drinks and they giving you money to do this. Like you would do this shit for free, and they give you like per diem, and the per diem like 1,500 for every city. So you got a 3 or 4 city road trip. You might easily get $6,000 on top of your salary. Now this is just to hang out with and be safe in the town you're going to. Like I never like I was like, what? So this on top of the salary that I
Yes,
signed
sir.
for every road trip, every city, I'm finna get $1,500, like just to go do whatever money, like per
Yeah.
what? Nah, that was the life, bro. And I really, one of the things for me I regret is not taking it more serious and taking
Right,
it for granted.
right.
Like I felt like once I got there, I made it. And really, once you get there, that's when all the work starts. You know what I'm saying? And me, I never really put the work in that people do now. Like you see guys, I tell kids now, if you go to the gym one time a day, which when I was coming up, you was considered a gym rat. If you're doing that today, that's not nowhere near good enough. Like you're gonna be so far behind the 8 ball, you ain't gonna be nowhere near ready for what you think you need to be ready for. So I just man, it was lessons. I made a lot of mistakes. I was rough around the edges, but at the end of the day, I think God look out for babies and fools, and I wasn't no baby. So he had his
Mm.
hand on me, man, and he helped me, and I was able to come through it. But man, the NBA was everything I ever dreamed of and more.
And that's funny because another one of your guys, and this is how I kept tabs, not tabs on you, but just how I kept up with you. You really had to be tapped in to know what was going on with guys like you who weren't like, top draft picks or wasn't, faces of franchises, but from the crib, and we wanted to make sure y'all was good. So I came up playing little league baseball with Reggie, with Reg Brown.
Oh, word, yeah, Red's my guy, man. That's my brother, man.
Yes, yes,
I ain't
sir.
know that. White boy. Yes,
Yes, sir,
sir.
man. So I used to keep, I would hit Reg up just to make sure I would see you catching oops from J Kid or, doing
Yeah.
your thing, and I would hit Reg up like, man, how's Paul doing? We see him on TV. Everybody at the crib is happy for him. I'm glad that y'all, staying the course. And again,
And
we
quick
from the
story,
crib.
bro. I'm gonna cut
No,
you
go
off,
ahead.
but
No, go ahead.
quick
Go ahead.
story about me and Reg. Reg is who I was with when I went back to Chicago from Tallahassee because
Because he was at
he was
FAM.
going to FAMU.
Yes,
He was
sir.
going to FAMU
Wow.
at the time, and he was playing baseball. And I was going to Tallahassee and I'm playing basketball. So I'm like, bro, we got a couple days. Let's sneak back to the crib. Red's like, oh, hell yeah, let's go back. We supposed to left Sunday morning, man. We kicking it. I can't find this fool. Man, we ain't leave us Sunday afternoon at 4:30. Man, so when the coach tell me to stay back and turn around and go back to Alabama, Reg in the car waiting for me. Now, this is before cell phones. I stopped at a payphone. I come back to the car. Reg's like, man, damn, what's wrong, bro? I said, man, Gillespie just said, shit, don't even come back to Tallahassee. Man, turn around and go back to Chicago. Reg felt so bad because he knew that we shouldn't have went. He was driving.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, I shouldn't even made you come, man. Damn, man. So once I officially got kicked off, Reg felt bad about that for like 2-3 years when really it was my decision to do it, man. But
True.
yeah, Reg's my guy, man. I ain't mean to go all off into that, but man, that's my brother, man. I just seen him last week.
No, we needed that. That's a part of your history, man. Like I said, I used to tap in with Reg like every couple weeks when I would see you on Sports Center, and just him, just to make sure y'all was good. Tap in, and just to check the vibes. But getting back to the league, man, how was it like playing with J Kidd? I say, man, look at Paul catching like. Bro, we watching you from the crib on Sports Center catching oops from J Kidd. It's like
Yes,
that was one of the highlights. It wasn't Twan,
Right.
a lottery pick. It wasn't Mike Finley. It wasn't Q. It wasn't these highly touted guys. It was P Mac from Sircon, Joe. Like if you was on the soil, you knew what that meant to us. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't just J Kidd, bro. I ain't gonna even lie. Like Penny was on that Phoenix team, man. Penny was like Penny Hardaway was like, man, that dude to me, man. J Kidd was that dude. But Penny, like Orlando Penny, what?
Yes,
When I
sir.
got to Phoenix, man, it was so many good players. Sean Marion was young, and I knew him, had a real relationship with him. Cliff Robinson was good to me. It was the guy, Rodney Rogers was super cold.
Yeah.
White boy, Tom Gugliotta was super cold. Like, I just couldn't, like, the guys that I thought was weak and was scrubs, you would see them dudes and be like, man, this boy is a problem. Like, it just let me know. It just let me know that you got to work on your craft, man. The NBA is not as easy as everybody thinks. It's mental. Like everybody in the NBA talented, like super uber talented. So you might see somebody that don't play for the Bulls or John Lucas or somebody like that that barely get in the game for the Bulls, and you will catch him in the gym playing with you and your friends, and he'll show you why he a pro. You know what I'm saying? I learned that, man, everybody in the NBA is in the NBA for a reason. And it was just a dream come true to play with Jason Kidd, to meet some of the coaches and the players that I met, man. I'm still speechless. I don't know how I pulled it off to this day, bro. I ain't lying.
Yes, sir. What's your some of your favorite moments from the NBA, whether it be you killing somebody killing you, like what stands out the most?
I had 20 and a half against Vince Carter in Toronto in the NBA. It was one of the high points for me. I knew that the year before that, Vince had came to IIT.
Hey, we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that one down
Like,
the line.
save it.
That's one of my
Keep it on
that's
ice.
one of my favorite all time moments. But go ahead.
So Vince had came to IIT. So I knew that, I could compete against him from previously playing against him. And I had, caught that team that year, and they was trying to kind of have Vince on defense because me, Jason Kidd, and Sean Marion was the three perimeter players. So they put Vince on me, and they put their best defender on Sean Marion. They put Alvin Williams from Villanova on Jason Kidd. So I felt kind of disrespected, even though I was just a rookie. But I felt like, so y'all gonna put the person that plays the least amount of defense on me, like I'm trash, like I can't score. So I just got it going and man, had 20 and a half. I couldn't really believe that in the NBA game. So, those was one of the points that really stick out to me. Getting traded was another thing that stuck out to me because it let me know that it was a business and I was on such a high by being on a team with structure like Phoenix. Once I got traded and nobody told me, I didn't know, like it's like I crashed, like I just came straight down and I was on the low. So I immediately realized that the NBA is a business and you a commodity and you kind of like a piece of property and they can move you around and basically treat you how they want to because you they asset. So, I just had to learn things, man, and just go through it to understand what it really was.
So you said you didn't know?
Nah, I ain't know. I got traded. I remember the exact like when it was and what I was. I was on Phoenix. We was in Boston about to play the Celtics. I had just left with Antoine Walker the night before. We had dinner. He like, man, P Mac and them in town. So he, met up with us. We went out, we ate. Twan, took me out to eat. So I'm getting ready for the game the next day. And the trainer actually, who, brings you your stuff in your room, he said, Paul, you got traded. Like the coach didn't talk to me, my agent didn't talk to me. I didn't hear from no GM.
The bag
Nobody
handler.
came to the room. All the players got on the bus and went to the game. It wasn't even like I got to say like bye to them. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody left to go to the game. I was still in my hotel room. Never got to say bye to the team. Never got to like address the team. Nothing. Just hey, you traded. You Corey Blunt. Y'all out of here. Y'all going to Golden State. I said traded for who? Who the fuck did I get traded for? When they told me who I got traded for, I was so heated. I was so mad. I said, who I get traded for? He said, Vinny Del Negro. Oh my Lord. I could
No,
have
no, no, no,
fell
no,
out
no.
my seat. I said, y'all traded two of us for this man, man. They was like, yeah, we need a shooter. We need shooting. Oh man, bro. I was so hurt, bro. Oh man, I was so hurt, man. So hurt, man. So I immediately realized it was a business and you got to put your feelings in your back pocket and man, get on with it. You still in the NBA. So, go to state, here I come.
So you said going to a team, coming from a team with structure, like you said, you got these vets, Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway, Rodney Rogers, Tom Gugliotta, and those guys. You go to Golden State, who's fairly just kind of what would you say about them? Like what?
Chaos, no structure.
Mm.
Team ran by all young guys: Larry Hughes, Bob
Mm,
Sura,
mm.
Antoine Jameson, Chris Porter. We had a vet Mookie Blaylock, but it was just man. At that time, we wasn't the Golden State of today, right? So we
All
was
day.
probably the second worst team in the league. I think Dallas may have been worse than us, but we was pretty trash, basically, to tell you, like, what I'm saying? This is a year before Gilbert Arenas and Jason Richardson came.
Okay.
Man, the
Yeah.
whole team, no lie, the whole team was getting high. Like some type of alcohol, drug, or opioid or something. Like the whole team was getting high. So this is really the wrong place for me to go.
All day.
I already had a weed problem. Like a lot of people who who knew me already knew I had a problem with weed. So I'm leaving like a structured situation in Phoenix where I'm being held accountable. I'm being held responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to a team that's just in chaos. Like these niggas didn't practice if they didn't want to. Like it was
Wow.
just crazy. Like they ran over the coach. The coach was a Hall of Fame, a legendary Celtic, Dave Cowens, the center, a big left hand guy. But he
Yep.
was just
Uh,
passive. Like he had no reign over the team. The GMs didn't care. Like man, niggas wasn't practicing. We had like I remember we had a practice facility where we practiced was on top of the hotel. So rookies and all the new people, they put us in the hotel. So we had an access key card. You can get in the gym anytime to go shoot. So I'm like, man, I ain't doing shit. I'm new in town. I'm finna go shoot. I go in the practice facility to just shoot. I ain't gonna name no players like
mm-hmm.
specifically who they was. It's some players in the hot tub in the shower area. They got chicks in the shower area. They smoking weed. They doing lines of coke. Now the next day, the whole team gonna be in this room. Trainers gonna be in this place. They in here like kicking it like in broad daylight. 3, 4 NBA vets, like NBA proven players. players I'm not gonna name because I ain't gonna throw under the bus.
Right.
So I said, oh, it's on in here. Like, man, we can do whatever we want in here. So, man, I have my guys with me, man. I'm smoking weed, I'm selling weed, I'm carrying guns. I got to doing all type of stupid stuff, man. I was just rough around the edges. I wasn't really mature enough to accept my blessing and do what I needed to do with it. So, long story short, it sped up the process on me removing myself out of the league.
Yep.
And I tell people all the time, being a pro is more than just on the court. You got to be a pro off the court. Like, you can't be getting in trouble. And I'm speaking from experience. I ain't telling these kids this from something I heard. I'm telling them this because I know, because I caught 2 felonies carrying guns that I didn't have a license for, and I got a UUW, and caught with pounds of weed, and I got an intent to distribute. So I'm speaking from pure personal experience. Like, listen, little bro, you can lose everything for this shit, and it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it was all life lessons and life experiences, but it was crazy going from Phoenix to Golden State. It was like going from a 2-parent household to your sister and them raising you or something where you just got free reigns and can do whatever you want. Like, it was kind of the worst thing to happen for me because I was hard-headed and I wasn't really a kid that listened at 21, 22.
With the power